Hello there. Welcome to the story of us, from cosmic dawn to the depths of being. I'm your host, Jeff Ellison. And I want to thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule to plop down and listen in on a conversation today with really one of my favorite people on the planet and a natural first guest on the story of us, Miss Kathy Thompson. Today's episode was recorded live from the home of Kathy and Kelly Thompson on a hot and steamy Saturday night in July of 2025. It's not over-polished. You know, there's life going on all around us. You'll hear it. There are fireworks being launched in the background, and the topics that we cover, well, they're a little bit all over the place. But it's also a perfect glimpse into the special life we share with Kathy and Kelly. I hope you enjoy listening to it as much as I enjoyed recording it. I've had the privilege of knowing Kathy for 25 years now. She was married to my wife's uncle, Mike Quinlan, until an aggressive brain tumor took him from us in 2001. Kathy is so many things, and none of them really define her. Early in her life, she worked at Standard Reviewer, which printed the Louisville Courier-Journal for decades before being sold off in 1986. She then had a long stint as a residential real estate agent in Louisville before reinventing herself as a certified organic farmer in nearby Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Shortly after the death of her husband, Kathy and her loved ones founded the Michael Quinlan Brain Tumor Foundation. And together, they provided support for hundreds of people affected by aggressive brain tumors. They did this through an inspiring mix of educational, emotional, financial, and spiritual services. In countless ways, the world is so much better off because of Kathy. Kathy recently came out of retirement to work with preschoolers at Christ Church, and she enjoys spending her free time growing all kinds of delicious goodies in her garden and playing Grammy to her 2 teenage grandsons. So, let's get into it. If you've ever spent time with Kathy, you know she's almost always the funniest person in any room. Trust me. Get a couple of glasses of wine in her and ask for a full rendition of the Lollipop Guild from Wizard of Oz. You know the bit. The one with the Munchkins welcoming Dorothy to Munchkinland? Yeah. You'll piss your pants laughing. But Kathy is so much more than this. She has tremendous depth. She's spiritual. She's grounded. And she's in tune with the universe. Her waters run very deep. And she's been a huge inspiration to many of us that have taken the time to listen to and learn from her. Now, close your eyes and transport yourself to Kathy's kitchen. We just wrapped a delicious meal featuring fresh vegetables and herbs from her garden. The aroma of garlic, onions, and potatoes cooking lingers in the air, and it mixes with the candles that have been burning all day in preparation for what's to come. You've cleared the kitchen table and are ready to dig deep with Kathy, exploring some pretty heady topics like, what does it mean to be truly alive in this vast and intricate universe? And how can stillness coexist with complexity in a world that often seems chaotic and filled with distractions? Where finding moments of peace and clarity can be both a challenge and an overwhelming necessity. You know, of course, we'll also find the time to talk a little bit about naked gardening and juicy spiritual love affairs, and somehow find some space for a little Prince sing-along, but wait, you just have to listen. So, buckle up. It's going to be something special. Okay, you ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Kathy, I can't tell you how excited I am to do this. I got to tell you something first. When I decided I wanted to start this podcast, you were the first person that I thought of to be on here. And I got to tell you something. I love you so much.
I love you too, Joe.
I don't think you really realize that in the background over the last 25 years, silently, how much you have affected my life. You mean a lot to me. And I'm just very blessed that you welcomed us into your house today, which was really important to me. And we get to have this conversation. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's kick it off. So The name of the podcast is The Story of Us, and it's about storytelling. So we need to tell people your story. So are you ready to tell people your story?
I am.
Tell us your story.
Well, I mean, I just guess I gotta. What? Oh, louder. Okay.
There you go.
I'm 67. I was born on June 3rd, 1958. I share that birthday with many people. It's a very special day to be born. We all must know that.
Oh, we all know.
Yeah.
We all
Okay. All right. I kind of look at my life in segments, I had a really good childhood. We lived in, neighborhood, in the 50s. I just, I don't really know what to say about that, but I had a really good childhood. And then I went on with my life. I kind of do things in 10-year increments.
Okay. Tell us more about that.
I had my daughter when I just turned 20, and I worked at the Courier-Journal. Actually, it was Stand-Gravure for almost 10 years when she was just 1 year old. Then I got into real estate. Actually, if I go back just a minute, I got married at a very young age, didn't work out, blah, blah, blah. So I'm a young, yada, yada. So I'm a young mom. I'm 24 years old. And when I was 25, I met Michael Quinlan, and we got married, and he adopted Jenny because her life with her paternal, her biological father didn't work out great. So anyway, we got married, and then I got into real estate, and I did that for 10 years. And then...
Did you like that?
Yeah, I really liked it.
So, okay, hold on. Real estate's so many things. Would you sell houses?
Oh, I sold them.
I bet you sold the hell out of houses.
I did. I really loved it. And I was really doing good. But then I didn't like it anymore because there was just too much competition. As people were cutthroats. I thought, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. So anyway, then Jenny, our daughter, went to college, and my parents retired and bought a farm in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. And Mike and I decided to move there, and he ended up, he was a reporter for the Courier-Journal, so he ended up moving to Frankfort and reporting there. So we ended up on this farm in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. And so at that point in my life, I wasn't working. I've been beating the pavement. Now our daughter's in college, and he's working in Frankfurt. Mom and Dad are on the farm, and we built a log cabin on the property, and I decided that I wanted to become an organic farmer. So I did. And, I got the land looked at and everything and got certified, and so I became a certified organic farmer.
Okay.
Yeah. And I really loved it. We had all kinds of things going on, and Mike liked it too. Mom and Dad liked it. We had all kinds of things going on the farm. Cows, chickens, tomato plants. One of the funny things was, we had a ridge on the farm where we had the tomato plants, and Dad and I built this platform where we collected rainwater in this bin, and it had a spout on it so we could water the tomato plants. And one of my favorite things was Mom and Dad had their place, then we had the middle place, which is the farm and everything, and then Mike and I had our place. And I just thought, wouldn't this be fabulous and free if I could just get up in the morning and go water my tomato plants naked?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, I love that. One of my favorite things to do is...
It was fabulous.
Yeah. Personally, I wake up every morning, I go out on the back deck, and that's where I pee. It's so liberating.
Isn't it nice?
I love it.
He loves it too.
It's the best.
So anyway, we had a little riding lawnmower, and I just had a little cart on it, and I would load my water up on it because I didn't know what water had collected in this thing that Dad and I devised.
Wait, you're naked now doing this?
Yeah, I'm naked on it. And so,
Not in a creepy way, but I can picture this.
Yeah. And so I'm like, but I told my mom and dad everything. I'm like, I'm going to go water the tomato plants, and I'm going naked. And the dad's like, well, I hope any neighbors don't come by and see you. I'm like, well, I guess if they do, they do.
Did it make them maters taste better?
Oh, they were so good.
Oh, I bet.
I know. So anyway, it was just things like that. It was very freeing living out there on land, And so I did that. And I was really into it. I was in the farmer's market and everything. And Mike built me a greenhouse. I did all these plants in the greenhouse, and we sold them. And then he got diagnosed with brain cancer when he was 44 years old. And, of course, it was not something you were thinking was going to happen in your life, but it did. And so here we were. And, I had all these crops in and everything. He got diagnosed in June of 2000. And I just remember I was like, well, I guess the crops are going to have to do what they're going to do because I don't have time for this because I need to caregiving. And so I did. And it was really the best year I ever had. And it was like so much. I even just told neighbors and people, I said, come on over and pick what you need because...
Did it make you realize that maybe it didn't need as much care as you needed? It just kind of let the earth do its thing?
The earth did its thing.
Yeah.
So, and then he passed away 10 and a half months later.
10 and a half months, that's a quick period of time.
It was very quick.
Yeah. Do you mind me asking, I don't know that I know this question, how did you and Mike meet?
Mike and I met, very ironically, one of my really good friends got married, and I did not realize that she was his first cousin.
Ah.
And I was like, well, who is that guy? And they were like, well, that's Mike Quinlan, Anyway, to make a long story short, we met and we fell in love and we got married, and Mike adopted Jenny, and we just had a really great life.
Yeah, sounds
and
like
we always it was really interesting though, because the first house we bought had a garden, and I didn't want anything to do with it. He had a garden. He had this huge garden. And, Jenny and I was like, oh, my God, what is he doing out there? Blah, blah, blah. And then I ended up getting into it. But
it's the way it works, right? It's like part of marriage. It's Jessica and I do that too. It's you get into something, and kind of naturally the other person gets into it, and it just becomes your thing.
And you're like, what? Anyway, and my dad had always liked, doing, growing and gardening and everything. So that's where that journey took. And then Mike passed away, and I couldn't stay there. I couldn't stay in that life. I needed to move on, needed to relocate. So I moved back to Louisville. Our daughter was in college at U of L. And with myself and his two sisters, we started a foundation in his memory, the Michael Quinlan Brain Tumor Foundation, and we ran that for 10 years. And then we it's not like we really sold it, but we merged it with another organization that was helping people, so we were cool with letting it go. So then...
Why do you think, what compelled you to start the foundation?
Oh, because we had so many people that helped us when Mike was sick. I mean, this was like, when he got diagnosed, it was June of 2000, and nobody even knew he had a glioblastoma. Okay. Which is a very serious cancerous brain tumor that was encapsulated into his brain. And, at that point, nobody really knew how to deal with it, And so we were always striving. I remember, living on a farm on a hill in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, on dial-up. dial-up computer.
Yeah.
And I would sit there and wait for an hour to even get connected with somebody to try to figure out things, you know. But anyway, just one thing led to another, and he did, you know, pass away when he was 45 years old. And I feel like that just took myself into another space of, well, you know, where do I go now? You know, I'm not trying to say where do I go now, because it wasn't really where do I go now. I don't want to make it that, but where does life lead me to move forward to make a better impact on this journey I'm on?
Well, and I can tell you, I got the chance to participate in some of the walks and be around the Michael Quinlan Brain Tumor Foundation for quite some time, like maybe the whole 10 years. And I wasn't really active, but what was really meaningful to me was watching and seeing how many people you affected. The people at these walks, these people that got involved and made connections, their lives were better because you did that.
With help from family, too.
Of course.
So that's that part. And then I ended up, you know, when I left Lawrenceburg, I ended up moving back to Louisville in the Highlands. And in 2004, I met my husband, Kelly Thompson. And we got married in 2006. We'll be married 20 years in March of 2026. I know, but Jeff, you know, the thing is, when you got married, Mike and I were standing on the steps.
Oh, yeah.
And he was on let's just say he was on his way out of the cosmos at that point. Not on his way out of the cosmos, but he wasn't staying on the planet too much longer.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just amazing how many paths, you know, we've crossed a couple of paths in our relationship together, you and I.
Oh, yeah. And I tell you, that's one thing that I always look back at in our relationship is that I didn't get to know Mike very well. I came on the scene towards the end. Mm-hmm. But he lives on through the stories that you tell and the stories that Jenny tells, and I feel like I know him. And I think he's a really, really cool guy, and that him and I would have been pretty close buds.
Well, he was a black and white sketch artist. So we still got a lot of stuff here from him.
I've got one of his paintings. I've got the Beatles.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's when I knew I made it into the family, when I got a Michael Quinlan original. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty
to get the original, makes you pretty special. So anyway, just to, you know, like to delve into things, and then Kelly and I got married, and I kind of just, you know, I kind of took a different turn on, you know, what I wanted to do, and I ended up working for a local company called Rainbow Blossom. They're really a cool place. They're a natural food market, supplements, just everything, and I worked there for 11 years, and I really enjoyed it. And then I retired. My mom and dad needed me. They both succumbed to dementia-related things during COVID. And then they passed away, and then I ended up just kind of hanging out for a while, and now I work at a local preschool. So now this is my new gig.
And I heard you are the...
It's my new gig.
I heard you are the superstar. You're everyone.
No.
Yeah, you are like the mascot of the preschool.
But it's just been a different twist, though, because it's like now I'm with kids, like littles. Now I'm with the littles, you know, and I have, you know, we got 2 grandsons. I've been with them, too, but they're just a whole evolving thing, you know? And you look at them growing up now and you're like, wow, they're seeing life in such a different way than I saw life. I saw life in a much simpler manner than they're seeing life. Oh. I played outside. We had to be home by 5:30 to eat supper. It's just a different world.
It's a different world. For sure.
But you still got to have people.
I don't know. I'm looking out the window, and there's about the most beautiful sunset that I've seen in a long time.
There is. So should we look at it?
In many ways, I would say it's a different world, but in many ways, it's the same old planet.
The same sunset.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Before we get too far, you guys were so kind to feed us a beautiful meal, and we talked a lot over the beautiful meal.
Ooh.
And
Can we say that part of it was in our yard?
yes, tomatoes, onions, potatoes,
Garlic.
basil, all grown in the backyard. Very cool. You find yourself calling on them.
Well, every morning before I get out of bed, I pray.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm praying to, the God that I've been introduced to, which to me is everything. My spiritual advisor, whatever you want to call God. Everybody calls God something different. Yahweh, God, the supreme being. It doesn't matter to me. I know whoever, it's there. And that's who I call upon every morning. And I say thank you for letting me have another day. I like to do that before I get out of bed. And Kelly will tell you, my husband, sometimes he's like, "Were you ready to get up?" I'm like, "I can't get up right yet. I got to say thanks for the day. I got to say, yeah." And it's just giving thanks for being this person on the planet, and you're here, this human on the planet, because we're all here for a reason. It's not happenstance that we're here. This is me that I believe. But I don't believe that we're here just on a flying glimpse of nothing. I believe that we're here for a reason. And it is just to make everything better. It's just to make everybody be the best version of themselves that they can be. And that's what I strive for. And I forget it every day. I'm so country when I say every day.
Every day.
But I forget it every day. And I have to remind myself every day to try to be the best version of myself I can be, because you can get caught up.
Gratitude is powerful, but it's also hard to remember.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Before you get out of bed, oh my God, thank you. I'm getting out of bed. Thank you so much. Wait a minute.
That's all right.
He's getting ice.
He's got to get a cold drink.
No,
That's the
he's
way it
getting
works.
ice out. All right.
Life going on around you, right?
Yeah, life going on around us.
So you told us a little bit about your story.
It goes on longer.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say. It goes on and on.
It does, and it will continue. But one of the questions that I had down to ask you was, knowing what you know now,
Yeah.
if you could go back and whisper one sentence to your past self, maybe at 15 or 20 or 30 or 40 years old, what do you want to tell that person?
Well, at 15, I want to say, girl, you don't have to get it going so fast.
Yeah. Slow your roll.
Take care of yourself. You don't have to give it to the world. Figure out who you are.
Yeah.
At 20, whoa, okay, you have a little girl. Figure that out. It's a big deal. Try to do the best you can. At 40, I would say at 40, I don't really, it's just like, wow, I'm kicking it.
Yeah.
I'm moving on. But at 67, because I'm proud to say I turned 67 on June 3rd.
Thataway.
You
did.
But at 67 and have lived many, layers of life, I want to say to myself and to my younger self, don't forget. Don't forget why you're here. Don't forget that you're in this game. You're in this cosmic game of human existence. Whether it's, sometimes I look at it as, hey, it's a chessboard. You move one, you take one. You go, you fall back. But just don't forget why you're here. Don't forget the beauty of being a human being, how wonderful it is. You could do anything you want to do. You just got to put your mind to it.
67's the new 25.
Oh, it is. Yes. No, we know that.
I feel like, I guess some days it probably feels like that and sometimes it doesn't. But,
The body gets a little more crickety.
A little crickety, but you do some good stuff for your body, though. I mean, you eat healthy. You're big into yoga, right? You love
Yeah, I
your
like
yoga?
to do yoga. I love to move my body. I like to stretch. But I think, okay, well, I will tell you that one of my friends, well, I always think for a woman, this is a woman's perspective, you got to have girlfriends in your life. You got to have women in your life. I'm not saying that men are not good in your life, but to have women in your life helping you along the way, that's a good thing. It really is. And I mean, I have men in my life helping me along the way as well, too. Like you right here, Jeff,
Well, thanks.
and my husband, Kelly. But then my women, right here to my left, Jessica. Girls, girls are a different breed than boys. We all know that. But I think it's really important to always keep perspective on, having fellow humans around you as you go through this journey. Like, how can we help each other as we go through this journey? Because I'm telling you, I don't think it's easy to be a human being personally.
It's never been easy to be a human being, but I think it's even harder to be a human being now.
Oh.
And one of the things we've lost connection, but at least in our family, it's the women that keep all the connection together. They're the glue that keeps everything
Well, we have
going.
a saint in our family.
We do have a saint. We have more than one saint, probably. We've had saints that have left us.
There's one major.
Yeah.
There's one major here
I
alive.
think we're going to get her on the show.
I know. I think we need to get her on the show.
She's got a message she wants to send out to the universe.
She's already sent it to me because of her beauty.
Yeah.
It is. But I just feel like we all just got to kick in together to just help each other get through this thing called life. Oh, and it makes me think about, I'm just sorry about Prince, this thing called life in the song. Let's go crazy. And when the elevator seems to get you down, go crazy.
Yeah.
Bow, 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 bow. And he passed away in an elevator.
Okay. Weird.
Ding dong. Ding dong. Okay.
Ding dong. All right. So this podcast is going to be preserved in the record of history.
Really?
It's going to be right there on the World Wide
Wow.
Web. And I hope that one day, when you're 77, 87, 97, you get to listen to this podcast. What do you want to tell that version of yourself?
I want to say, girl, you sure did do it. And you did the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. And you did good things. And you helped people. And you might have had some struggles along the way. But I'm grateful for you. And I want to give you thanks and praise for just doing the best you could do.
Beautiful. I love it. Well, let's switch gears here a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. So, this podcast is about stories. Mm-hmm. Is there a story or a text or a piece of wisdom that you keep kind of returning to across all these 10-year cycles or seasons of your life? Something that you've kind of held on to and you find yourself going back to over and over again?
Well, I think I keep evolving. I keep finding new text. I keep finding new ways to, branch out and, just be more enlightened. I just always try to be more enlightened. I just always try to be a better version of myself.
There was a book that you introduced me to.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe a year ago that I didn't know existed, called The Prophet.
Oh, yes.
And you told me that this book had kind of stuck around on your bookshelf through the seasons of your life, and that you find yourself periodically going back and back to it. I think there was even a verse from this book that you used in your wedding with Kelly.
Uh-huh.
I read it. Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
It's about Which one was it, hon? I don't even remember. It's just about like, I don't know.
What I loved about it.
Well, what is the verse? Tell me.
I don't remember the verse that you guys used in your wedding. I know that it had to do with love and marriage.
Oh,
and
yeah, love and marriage, yeah.
Two columns that hold tight, separate,
Yeah, because
but together.
Cahill Gibran wrote about, what he tried to bring to light was, how can you know love if you don't know hate? How can you know good if you don't know bad? How can you know marriage? How can you know the beauty of a marriage if you don't know what, the crap of existence is?
I mean, that's the reality, right? You don't know joy unless you know suffering.
You don't
There's
know
nothing to
joy
compare
unless you
it to.
know sorrow.
One of my favorite authors, Thich Nhat Hanh, always says, he calls it the lotus can't be grown. It's grown in mud.
The muck and mud.
That's right. Yeah.
The muck and mud.
When I read The Prophet, I thought like some of the things that I took away from it kind of resonate throughout the conversations that we've had and how I kind of think of you as a person.
Really?
It's what you have found some sort of magic in is finding sacredness in the everyday things, right? That maybe when we were talking about earlier about God, it's, by small, very meaningful ways, I've just kind of watched you and I've noticed that, to you, spirituality isn't bound to doctrine, meaning it's in how you live each day. It's how you perceive and treat other people. Spirituality is available to you in every single moment. Waking up in the morning and giving thanks and sharing gratitude. You view all of life as holy. You find this in the meaningless, routine things of your day. You told me over dinner that you find peace and you find moments of joy in small things. Birds chirping.
Oh, birds chirping. Okay, yes. We have a beautiful multi-sunflower that brings yellow finches. And for the past 3 years, we've had a yellow finch couple come in. I found it fascinating when you have, we live in a really cool place. I mean, there's nobody behind us and we have all these things growing. But what I've found is like birds, they don't just multiply and all these birds come at you. We have couples.
Okay.
We have a cardinal couple. We have a yellow finch couple. They don't just all come in. They know that they're okay here, but we accept them in, and they come in, and they're a couple. We don't have like 10 cardinals coming in, or we just have a cardinal couple come in with his mate. We have a yellow finch couple come in with his mate. And we have...
Why do you think that is? Do you think you just have that type of environment that you've set up in the backyard?
I do.
Yeah.
And we also have monarch butterfly chrysalis that come in.
Yeah.
We have a butterfly garden.
Yeah, and you showed me one of your chrysalises earlier. Pretty special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A dried up chrysalis that I put in a jar with my mom and dad's ashes.
Beautiful.
I know. And the chrysalis has been a really cool thing that Kelly and I have been able to experience with having milkweed. Milkweed is the only plant that the monarch butterfly will lay their eggs on. And we have been so blessed for 3 different years to have a chrysalis appear and watch it. And we've watched it to emerge and become a monarch butterfly. The monarch butterfly is where it's at if you want to see existence.
It's a pretty interesting story. But you know what? One thing that I think about is this is a perfect example of the fact that, many people have milkweed in their yard. Many people have chrysalises. Many people
You got to
have
look
monarch
for it.
butterflies in their backyard, but they're not paying attention.
You got to look for it.
They're not finding the small things in life that are magical.
I know.
They're getting up, they're having their coffee, they rush off to their car, they jump off into their job, they go off and do whatever, and right there in their feet is a beautiful butterfly that they never contemplate, they never stop to think about.
One morning, Kelly and I sat outside because we had this chrysalis and we knew he was getting ready to come out. And we went and got a cup of coffee and we sat out there and watched. And then, nothing happened. We came back in and came back out and he had emerged.
Ooh.
But it was after
You waited till you left.
No, I already know what this was, though. This was a freaking amazing thing. So my mom and dad died 5 months apart from each other during COVID. And the first chrysalis we ever had was right after they passed away. So we had this one chrysalis we've been watching. And that chrysalis emerged. And then within maybe 2 to 3 minutes, we had another one we didn't even know existed emerged. And I was like, well, fly on, Mom and Dad. Get on with it, Ron and Leah. Because they weren't going to live without each other, and they would just, do whatever.
Kat, this is what makes you special, because these things happen every single day.
Every day.
And nobody's paying attention. All right, before we go too much further, I got to tell you, when I finally asked you to be on the show, and I told you, I said, Kathy, would you mind Saturday me coming over and recording a conversation with you? I was absolutely blown away with your response, because you introduced me to two things that you wanted to talk about that I didn't even know existed. One of them right kind of under my nose every single day, which was a great awakening for me. But you wanted to share some of your thoughts on Thomas Merton.
Yeah, Thomas Merton, I really can tell you I have a spiritual love affair with him.
Juicy.
No, I can't help it. I've told Kelly that before, and I'm reading him. I'm like, I love him so much. I love him so much. But, Thomas Merton, he was a man, and he became a spiritual monk. And he ended up at Gethsemane in Bardstown, Kentucky. But through many of my readings of him, I found a few things that I thought were so profound. And one of the things that I think are very profound is in 1958, the year I was born, was that he had a total and complete epiphany of human existence in Louisville, Kentucky.
Right here in our hometown.
At the corner of 4th and Walnut.
Okay, well, 4th and Walnut
Which does not exist anymore.
Right. 4th and Muhammad Ali.
Correct.
But there's an
plaque.
actual plaque
There's
there.
a plaque there.
And here I am, lived in Louisville for decades.
Yeah.
Think that I'm watching and paying attention.
That's okay.
Didn't
even know about it.
Yeah. He's one of my spiritual gurus. And
Tell me about the epiphany that he had on 4th and Walnut. You want to read?
May I share it?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, while you're looking for it.
I already have it.
Oh.
I've already got it. I was on it, baby.
Give it to us, baby.
Okay.
Give it to us.
Okay. Are we ready?
We are ready.
In Louisville, at the corner of 4th and Walnut, in the center of the shopping district. Now, this is in 1958, so, you got to take yourself back. But it was still good. We're having some fireworks going on here.
I don't think we're picking them up, but...
Okay. I was suddenly overwhelmed with the realization that I loved all these people, that they were mine and I was theirs. that we could not be alien to one another, even though we were total strangers. It was like waking from a dream of separateness, of spurious self-isolation in a special world, the world of renunciation and supposed holiness. The whole illusion of a separate, holy existence is a dream. Not that I question the reality of my vocation or of my monastic life, but the conception of separation from the world that we have in the monastery to easily present itself as a complete illusion. The illusion that by making vows we become a different species of being pseudo-angels, spiritual men, men of interior life, what have you.
Amazing. This is a Trappist monk in Bardstown, Kentucky, walking around probably the big city of Louisville back in the day. Sounds a lot like a Buddhist.
Yes, he
Major
was.
intersection too.
This is a long version, so, I mean, I know that.
For other people who are listening,
I feel
how
like
else do we get information on Thomas
What
Merton?
happened was he was standing at the corner of 4th and Walnut in 1958, and he had an epiphany, and he saw every single human being there living their life as God's holy love, as light, as stars, as all-encompassing everything of everyone together. He saw no one separate. He saw us all together.
Inner being, non-separateness. The profound truth that nothing in the universe exists independently of one another.
Yeah.
It's interesting, the Buddhists say, look closely at a flower and you'll see the sun, the rain, the soil, and the farmer's hard work. Look closely at yourself and you'll see all your ancestors, your culture, the food you've eaten, the air you've breathed. We are not isolated entities. We're all born from the same stardust and are truly manifestations of the cosmos. Don't you think?
Absolutely. And I was just telling you earlier about that one thing that I was talking about. Stardust transmissions.
Oh, Stardust transmissions. I'm going to have to read this.
I know, because we're all from Stardust. That's how we were here. We all came from Stardust.
Well, if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense.
It's
Everything
atoms.
came from...
It's just atoms. It's just the total cosmos of atoms. But we're here in that we have a brain and we think and we do. But we all just came from the same thing. And it all just came from the cosmos. It was just all there. And then we evolved and we came. It's interesting, we watch a lot of shows and we were just watching one a couple nights ago, dinosaurs and how, the whole evolution of dinosaurs is from birds. Birds.
Well, we all started from somewhere. We're all going somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And, it's pretty amazing. Just from the gravitational pull of a dust cloud, the Earth started 4 billion years ago. And everything that was planted on the Earth came from exploding stars, nuclear fusions inside stars, and particles sent out into the universe all came together through gravitational pull to create this Earth. And we were born from that, and we're going back to it.
We're beings of stardust. They do things like they collect stuff from, some of the, I don't know what you call them, the whatever in there, they're collecting things. But they always collect stardust, and it always has these mechanisms of what's part of our DNA.
Right. No, it's carbon, it's hydrogen, it's nitrogen.
Yeah.
It's the stuff the universe is made of. It makes
and
us
that's
up
what
too.
we're from.
Yeah.
But we have this brain. We think. Do you think dinosaurs thought?
I think you think a lot, and I think you probably get to the point that I do where you go, whoa.
What?
Maybe we stop thinking.
Am I overthinking?
No, maybe not overthinking, but it's kind of starting to blow my mind.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You got to back up.
Okay.
right?
Okay. See, Thomas Merton doesn't back up. If you ever want to read him, I would say you would read The Seventh Story Mountain first, but then you go on from there. But he didn't back up. He saw it all.
I love it. He ended up, it's just amazing that this is someone who impacted millions of lives, wrote amazing books that some put on their top 100 list. And here I am walking around like an idiot. Didn't even know it existed until you brought it to my consciousness. And so just another gift you've given me over the last 25 years that
It's a new
makes me
dude.
appreciate
It's
you.
just a new dude for you.
New dude.
I know.
Well, what do you want to talk about now?
I don't know. Can I do my Mary Oliver poem?
Ooh, let's do that.
Because
That's another good one.
I'm telling you, she's amazing. So, this is from Mary Oliver Devotions. And I'm going to try to read it without crying because it's really hard to read without crying, okay? But to me, this is a summation. I mean, I can take, Thomas Merton, everything. But this is a summation to me that she wrote about life.
Give it to us.
And if you just read this every day, you're probably going to be really freaking good.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready. Wait, so what's the poem called?
To begin with, the sweet grass. Will the hungry ox stand in the field and not eat of the sweet grass? Will the owl bite off its wings? Will the lark forget to lift its body in the air or forget to sing? Will the rivers run upstream? Behold, I say, behold the reality and the finery and the teaching of this gritty earth gift. Eat bread and understand comfort. Drink water and understand delight. Visit the garden where the scarlet trumpets are opening their bodies for the hummingbirds who are drinking the sweetness, who are thrillingly gluttonous. For one thing leads to another. Soon you will notice how stones shine underfoot. Eventually, tides will be the only calendar you believe in. And someone's face whom you love will be as a star, both intimate and ultimate. And you will be both heart-shaken and respectable. And you will hear the air itself like a beloved whisper, "Oh, let me for a while longer enter the two beautiful bodies of your lungs. The witchery of living is my whole conversation with you, my darlings. All I can tell you is what I know. Look and look again. This world is not just a little thrill for the eyes. It's more than bones. It's more than the delicate wrist with its personal pulse. It's more than the beating of a single heart. It's praising. It's giving until the giving feels like receiving. You have a life. Just imagine that. You have this day and maybe another and maybe still another. Someday I'm going to ask my friend Paulus, the dancer, the Paulus, to make me a begging bowl, which I believe my soul needs. And if I come to you to the door of your comfortable house with unwashed clothes and unclean fingernails, will you put something into it? I would like to take this chance. I would like to give you this chance. We do one thing or another. We stay the same or we change. Congratulations if you have changed. Let me ask you this. Do you also think that beauty exists for some fabulous reason? And if you have not been enchanted by this adventure, your life, what would do for you? What I love in the beginning, I think, was most in myself. Never mind that I had to since somebody had to. That was many years ago. Since then, I've gotten out of my confinements through with difficulty. I mean, the ones that thought to rule my heart, I cast them out. I put them on the mush pile. They will be nourishment somehow. Everything is nourishment somehow or another. And I've become the child of the clouds and of hope. I've become the friend of the enemy, whoever that is. I've become older in cherishing what I've learned. I've become younger. And what I do, I risk to tell you this, which is all I know. love yourself, then forget it, then love the world.
Wow.
Dinky, dinky, dinky.
You did it without crying.
I know, I did. I must just think I'm just so special.
Well, you are special in your own unique way. I love it. I read the poem too.
Isn't it something else?
It really is something. There's one line though that I marked down when I read it because it reminded me of you.
Oh.
And she in the poem she says, "You mustn't ever stop being whimsical,
Yeah.
and you mustn't ever give anyone else the responsibility for your life."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that reminds me of you. I think to me, it means spirituality is not just solemn.
Mm-mm.
It's playful, joyful, alive, radically personal. Real wisdom is not about denial or escape from the world. It's a full-bodied presence. Just responding with life with attitude, gratitude, and creativity. That's Kathy Thompson right there in that line to me.
Wow. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to be that. But I think, I mean, you know, I mean, this is crazy because I'm backing off it because I'm like, some days I can be that, and some days I want to be you know, it's the fear, I think, that causes me to not be the best version of myself.
Fear of what?
Just life.
Fear that if you mess up, that somebody's going to think less of you?
No, I don't think it's that. I'll get heavy here.
Yeah.
Okay, can I get heavy?
I've got thick shoulders.
I think
Let's go.
I think it's fear of death.
Yeah.
I think it's fear of immortality.
Yeah.
I think
that's what drives 90% of all human.
and we just got to face
things.
facts. We're just here for a minute. And then where else we go, I believe, is going to be another journey.
Yeah.
But I think that it's hard, or I don't really want to use the word hard, but just to get past that so that you can get up every day and see the beauty of the day.
When you think about death and you think about, your immortality and that your life is brief, it always kind of gives me like chest palpitations.
Yeah, panic.
Right?
Yeah.
Or panic attack?
Yeah.
And what I go back to is kind of back what we were talking about when we were talking about Thomas Merton. It's this like inner being, it's this connectiveness. And so when you think about that, if you really believe that we're all interconnected, we're all atoms, there is no death and there is no birth. There's just transition.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe we don't die. Maybe we just transition. We transition into the sunshine or to a monarch butterfly or into a tree or...
It's the brain, it's the mental part that keeps you from being able to go, yeah.
It's the ego. It's a sense of self. Your ego has identified with who you are as a person, and it can't let that go. Mm-hmm. It's like, this is who I am, but is that really who you are? Or is that just a mechanism that helps you through life?
I know.
I don't know. Pretty
I know.
deep stuff.
It is.
There was one line in that poem, too, that I wrote down and I read 3 or 4 times, and every single time... Oh, by the way, just so you know, I'm a crier.
Okay, yeah.
I get the quivery chin. Actually, what I do is some of this weird thing that Jessica does when I try not to cry. I go... I hold it in.
I mean, I can't believe I read that Mary Oliver poem and didn't cry.
You did, but this is the line that gets me.
What?
I'm going to say it. I'm going to try not to cry.
Okay.
It's a serious thing just to be alive on this fresh morning in this broken world.
Yeah.
How do you stay present with the beauty of the world and all its brokenness? It's in kind of a fragile state right now. How do you stay present?
I don't all the time. I do not.
Well, that's honest. If we're all being honest, that we ruminate on the past. We worry about the future. Neither exist. They don't exist. The past is cast off into the ether. It's no longer a thing. We can't change it. We can't wish it to be something else. The future hasn't even happened yet. All we have is the present right now. And so I think that's the challenge for a lot of us is how do we stay present? How do we live a joyful, meaningful life and recognize, like we've talked about a lot on this show, the beauty in the everyday?
It's in the moment. It's the beauty of each moment. You know, it's really, and I know it's, to me, I feel like it's part of the human existence, and I accept that. But just to be able to be present moment, and I try to collect that, and I don't always, but to collect that present moment and say, okay, here I am right now, just like we're right now doing this, okay? This is where we are right now. I got stuff that happened behind. I don't know what's coming ahead. But to be able to be in the right now, it's a tough thing. It's a hard thing. I'm not saying it's easy, but that's all there is.
Maybe it was a little easier when we were hunter-gatherers and we
Yeah.
walked around collecting mushrooms all day long. Like, you can stay pretty present there. But when in today's world, boy, it's hard. But if you can just find tiny little glimpses. And earlier you were talking about God. Mm-hmm. And I remember sharing with my daughter one time when she went on a retreat for school, and they asked us to write letters, and I said, every culture has a God, a supreme being, you said the Yahweh or the Vishnu or the creator of the universe.
Yeah,
they all have their
whatever you
version
wanna
of the
call it.
story that they believe, but man, when you break it down, isn't the saying God is love?
It is. God is
Isn't
love.
that God is love?
It's
and I think
love.
that being present, looking for beauty in the world and its brokenness and the small things in life, that's the things that really just smack me dead in the face. When I walk to my car in the morning and I'm worried about the day and my busy job and everything that's going on, and I look down and there's a bluebird feather on the driveway, it stops me in my tracks. Or there's a blossom on our magnolia tree. That's where I see God.
Yeah, totally.
And it's impossible to live your whole life in the present. Our brains just aren't wired that way.
I know. But if you can take a minute and just see it, like we wake up, he wakes me up all the time. Hey, honey, look. We've got a little yellow finch couple that like to eat our sunflowers. But just to be able to do that, it's all about just, I don't know, I feel like the earth is our gift. I feel like God, the supreme being, whatever you want to call, the manifestation of all
Right.
creativity,
Right.
whatever.
Creator of the universe.
Creator. But, when you look at that and when you can see that, I feel like we were given the planet. I feel like we were given this planet, Mother Earth. And then we were given this opportunity to live on Mother Earth. I believe that the earth is a feminine energy, and that is the mother. You can say Mother Mary, you can
Nature.
do whatever you want to there, but this to me is my existence, and I was meant to live on the earth. And there is the masculine part of Mother Earth that is the supreme being. They're together. They co-created everything. And I just think it's all here for us. It's a gift. It's like if you could look at the earth and you could just wrap a ribbon around it and see the Creator giving you this ball of love with a pink ribbon around it and say, here you go, kids, I give it to you. Now make the best of it.
It's beautiful. I love it. Wow. Okay, we got deep.
So what?
I love it.
Okay.
And I love you.
I love you too, Jeff.
You've just been you've been a big influence in my life, and I'm so blessed that you said yes. And I don't think this is going to be the last time you're going to be doing one of these because you're good.
No.
Yeah, you're really good. Now, next time we're going to tell some funny stories because you are one of the funniest people that I also know.
Okay.
But we'll leave that for another time. Did we forget anything that you wanted to talk about today? Because, really, it's just, you're the star of the show. So.
No, I mean, I'm just really grateful to be here. I'm really grateful that you asked me on here. I feel really blessed in my life. I feel blessed with my husband, Kelly, and, our daughter and grandkids, and you and Jessica, and just everybody. I just feel blessed.
Well, being here tonight with you and Kelly does what's the word that I'm trying to use? It is inspiring me to do better. And what I mean by that is I believe that one thing that's really powerful about your relationship is that it is so hard to live in the present. It is so hard to see God in the everyday. It is so hard to live in this broken world that one of the biggest things that I can do in my relationship is, and my partner can too, Jessica can do this for me as well, is to hold each other accountable a little bit, that when we see something that knocks our socks off, when we see something that feels like the divine in the everyday, you guys tap each other on the shoulder and say, hey, check this out, dude.
He does it. He's like, honey, look at this. I'm like, what? I'm trying to do this. Well, just stop everything you're doing and doing it.
Yeah, but isn't that beautiful part of having a relationship is being in that part of a relationship where you can say, hey, stop.
Hey,
for me and Jessica, it was always sunsets.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I just noticed the one out the door, but every time I see a sunset, I think of her now. And I hope that one day when I ride off into the cosmos, whatever happens to me, that she'll look up there at the sunset and she'll see me too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I hope. Okay, let's wrap it up.
Okay.
I put you through enough. I hope you remember our conversation today. I know I will. Remember what was stirred in you by the things we talked about, from Lackawanna to...
Oh, Lackawanna.
Oh, yeah, Lackawanna.
Yeah, that's a whole
I'm going to
nother
have
story.
to learn more.
No, we got it. That's another story. Lackawanna is another story.
Part 2, to be continued. But hey, when you get there, remember you're never alone.
I know, yeah. Thank you.
Kathy, thanks for being part of the story of us.
Thank you, Jeff.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Peace be with you.
And with you. Love you.
Love you too.